You know, when I used to sing at nursing homes and assisted living homes, I would see some who had Alzheimer's and they had dementia, and some would be confused, agitated, lethargic. Even some sometimes nearly seemed like they'd lost their language. But all of them, without exception, would always respond to music, especially to the old hymnals or the old songs that they once had known. They seem to touch a memory with them or emotions which may completely have been inaccessible to them at the time. It was the most amazing thing to see people that were out of touch with reality and then see them suddenly respond to a familiar song. First they would maybe smile, and then you would see them keeping the beat with their feet by patting their foot, and then they would join in maybe singing with you, and then sort of regain the part of their life and identity where they had first heard that song, or maybe it would jog their memory to something about it anyway. It was the most amazing thing to see how that would happen, and the pleasure for them could last for hours after. Not only for them, but I've seen it affect the children and the caretakers and even the singer, whoever was singing, or the person doing the activities. It just made such a good feeling for everyone. I remember once I was singing to a group of about 50 or so people one day, and a little lady in the very back row, I noticed that one of the nurses had bent down, and she was listening to her, and then she motioned for another nurse to come over, and another one, and a couple more, and there was 3 or 4 there by the time it was over, and I could see them smiling, and they were talking to each other, and but me not being aware of what was being said at the time. So afterwards, I would always, like I always did, I would walk out in the crowd and I would shake hands with them all, and tell them how good they looked, and they would smile, and I would smile, and they might not have knew it, but I think it probably meant as much to me uh, to see them smile and interact with them as it did for me to interact with them. And but back to my story, one of the nurses, she just couldn't contain herself, so she come up to me and she said, "Marlon," she said, "you know that little lady in the back? She's been in the home for 4 years." And she says she's never said a word. All she's ever did is muttered. She would go, but never said a word one time. But when you started singing, "I Come to the Garden Alone," she sang every word, and she was smiling. Now I gotta tell you, these people would all become my grandmas and grandpas. And I'd fall in love with every one of them, and I would listen to their stories as they told me. So even though they may lose personal memories and no longer have access in their mind to events or their biography, story, as you might say, times and places, there's something about music that would always trigger something, especially in the songs that they knew or the songs that they had learned to sing way back years ago. It allowed them, in a sense, to regain a sense of identity for at least a while. It's been known to bring back events and and where they were when they first heard the song, or what they were doing when they first heard the song, or when they sang it. So it's so sad, but really, with Alzheimer's and dementia, they've kind of lost their life identity. They've lost their story, per se. Songs of Yesteryear is a sing-along album, and it's some of the old hymnals that we all know that have been sung forever. And it's amazing to watch as people of all ages will start singing along as these old songs are sung. Now, I would love to give this to every nursing home, every assisted living, elderly place in the world. And I plan on doing that, whatever I can do, for free, and all I ask is that they maybe help cover the cost of shipping and handling. So if you could sign up today and put a smile on the faces of someone that you know, just sign the assisted living name and the address so that I can get that mailed out to you right away. I'm sure you will enjoy it. Thanks so much. This is Milo Davis. I'm in Boise, Idaho today recording this. Thank you. Bye.